Hey guys, what's going on today? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be installing some 120 horsepower nozzles from BD in my 95 12 valve Cummins. So it's a fairly simple process. The first thing we're going to want to do is take this beauty cover off, just this bolt here, and at the back there. Then what we're going to do is loosen this clamp with either a 7/16 or an 11 mil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10 mils. That way we can twist the intake out of the way. Then we're going to take 3/4 inch wrench or 18, crack all these injector lines loose, crack them all loose on this side, and then we'll take all those lines off as a complete step. Alright guys, now you can see we have the intake moved out of the way and the beauty cover off. I did forget to mention to take these two wires off to go to the grid heater. And that's just because the injection lines run underneath of it, so that would be in the way. But now we'll move on to taking the injection lines off. So I was about to pull the lines off, and then I see there's this line here that goes to the AFC housing, which goes to the turbo, is in the way here. So honestly, I'm probably just gonna undo it there and kind of bend it out of the way. Alright, so now that the lines are off, what we're gonna do is there's all these little very small banjo fittings along all 6 injectors, and those are your return lines. So we're gonna take those off, I believe 10 mil. And just be careful because there's little copper washers in there. And so we'll get to that now. Alright, now you can see we've taken all these small banjo bolts out with the copper washers off the return lines. Now what we'll do is start taking all those hold down nuts off. Guys, the injectors are out, but explain this one to me. So I went to the store and I got this little thing I was going to screw onto the top of the injector so I could pry them out. So as you can see, this is the line going to the injector. This threads right into that, right? This threads right into this. No problem. However, this will not thread onto the top of an injector for some reason. And I don't know why. So explain that to me, how I can only get like half a thread started. But anyway, that was my plan. I was gonna put that on. Luckily, this truck has pretty low K on it, so it came up pretty easy. Alright, so our next step is to put these injectors in a vise and remove the stock nozzles. Now I don't have a vise, so I'm just gonna run to a local shop in town and use theirs, and then we'll replace, I know it comes with these copper ones, and I think the kit comes with these seals as well. Alright guys, let's go through one of these installations real time. So injector in the vise, there's two, well technically you could put it either way, but there's two flat spots, put it in there so that way we don't crush the return. Copper spacer on the top, I just do that to break it free. You have to watch because the kit does give you 3 different sizes, so you'll need to put the same size on. I believe that's just for setting injector height. So this one's here, away. 15 mil. They're not that tight. Crack it free. Now be careful taking this hold down off here. See right here. I'm not totally sure what this is, but there's 2 little pins, there's 3 holes. You can only put it on one way. Then what I do is flip this nozzle upside down. It doesn't really matter. Give it a few taps. Goes free. Clean the hole down up a little bit. Inside. Take one of our new nozzles here. Put it in the hold down. Well, actually, if you put it on here first, careful not to drop the pin at the inside. You can line it up with those 2 dowels at the back there. Like I said, this can only go on one way because of how they have the holes spaced. Try not to touch the tip too much or get any stuff on it. I believe the torque for this is probably 45 or 50 foot-pounds, but I don't believe you're torquing things. Just heads and wheels. And take the same size copper crush ring, put it on the end. Just repeat 6 more times. Oh, there's our injectors. Basically all we're gonna do now is the same thing in reverse. These little set balls here, you want to make sure when you drop the injector in, they're facing out this way towards the passenger side fender. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a touch of grease, very light, on the in between there and the nozzle hold down, and that'll keep that copper crush ring from falling. I'll just show you how the grease on the O-ring, or sorry, the washer is kind of cool, because this is nothing on it. Obviously falls right off. And you just take a dab and only put it on the one side. Down there. See, it doesn't fall off. Obviously you're gonna want to wipe any grease off the nozzle. Alright, so we're all together. All these injection lines are only hand tight, so we're gonna crank it and hopefully bleed some air out. Air filter's off in case we have to ether it. Here we go. That's pretty much it. Check for leaks. Just went for a little drive. Not really anything noticeable, but that's because the pump is completely stock. We're still waiting on parts for that, so whenever we get parts for that, we'll be making more videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Any comments, feel free to give me them. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.